Hey guys, it's Piper. After my book launch went less smoothly than intended, it's high time I talk about something that makes me happy for once. Like Melanie Martinez, my reason for living. Not to be dramatic or anything, but my reason for living. I'll be starting my Why I Stand series with Melanie because there's a backstory to this one and she's basically the reason my channel made it. Gracias. Rewind about a year and a half, late spring 2018, I was watching a Nightcore stream while playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm a nerd who deserves to die, and I heard a remix of one of my favorite songs of all time, Halsey's Control, with an artist I hadn't heard in a while. It was mixed with Melanie Martinez's Pity Party. At this point in time, I wasn't familiar with Melanie. I had watched and loved her on The Voice, but I'd lost track of her career at that point. I had heard and loved Pity Party, but I'd also seen the music video for Carousel on somebody's Playmoss playlist, which I at the time did not like or appreciate the song the way I do now. But I had the urge to check her out for two reasons. One, the Nightcore remix reminded me of how dope Pity Party was, and two, I was just curious how she still had fans. How do I say this without getting demonetized? Let's just imply it indirectly. That should fix everything, right? Okay. Well, I always believed in separating the art from the artist and giving people the benefit of a doubt, so I listened to some of the songs on YouTube while researching The Case. You know, The Case. I was never assigned because it never made it to court, and I dropped criminal justice as a career plan, but that's a video for another day or no day at all. Point is, I got addicted to the song Soap. Wanted to draw fan art for it, and I needed a commentary to pair with my speed paint, and since I talk like I'm playing a game of Minesweeper, wanted to make sure everyone knew I would never support a type of person she was rumored to be, especially not after what happened to me. And what I hope is advertiser-friendly language aside, the rest is history. At that moment, not only did my channel boom significantly, but I also fell down the Melanie Martinez fandom rabbit hole at around the same time. It was really easy to do, you know, most of the time when I fall down a hole into a new fandom, people are kind of rude and dismissive to me as a new fan, and I understand why people act that way from a psychological standpoint, but being welcomed into a fandom with such open arms for once really made me want to stay, and I read all the comments until too many came in for me to keep track of them all, and I noticed how much everyone loved her. And I half expected my career to end before it began for supporting her, and here I was, people actually agreed with me, and the more I explored into her life, the more I loved her too. I even started to appreciate Carousel, a song I initially didn't like at all. Like, I'm not going to lie, there are some immature Melanie Martinez fans out there since she does have a lot of younger fans, but for the most part, everyone was super welcoming and kind to me. Sorry, I'm a little distracted, everyone's talking downstairs. But it's a fandom I love being a part of. Even if I accidentally stepped into drama, something I've expressed my personal distaste for in the past, I don't regret it at all because I happened to cross one of the greatest artists of our lifetime. And let me just tell you how great she fucking is and why she's so great. Reasons we stan Melanie Martinez. Singer, songwriter, composer, actress, director, photographer, screenwriter, painter, fashion designer, and I think she did a lot of the choreography too. You know what? Let's just call her a multi-talented genius. Why we stand a multi-talented genius and mystical bombshell of artistic achievement. How is that? Number 1, her voice is the voice of God. I'm not even sure if that's hyperbolic. It's slightly raspy, which you wouldn't expect from pop music, and it's kind of breathy in a way that really works to soften her voice, which incidentally works perfectly for the type of music she makes. Her vocal texture is just so unique and really impressive, too. And she made it onto The Voice for a reason, after all. I mean, I'm just forever fascinated by the way she not only controls her breath when she sings, but actually incorporates it into her voice. All that pairs with her keen sense of rhythm to create songs that are not only catchy, but also meaningful, bringing us to number 2. Number 2. Her songs say something. Usually with pop music, you don't get a lot of variety. It all feels very manufactured to appeal to as many people as possible and therefore maximize sales. Except for Melanie and a few other standout pop stars who really have a vision, and you can tell Melanie puts a lot of effort into her lyrics, and I know people say lyrics don't matter, and I raise you this. Would your favorite song still be your favorite song if it were about drinking urine, eating boogers, and shitting turds? No, it wouldn't. Because lyrics are one of the most important parts of a song. no matter what they say. You can easily see that Melanie is speaking through her music. She wants the world to be a better place, and she preaches the truth through her music. Meanwhile, other artists keep singing about, sex, money, and drugs, which is fine to sing about, don't get me wrong. I love a lot of songs that are about sex, money, and drugs and other shallow concepts, but Melanie is really taking the cake here, talking about sexism, teachers preying on teens, bulimia, being overworked, etc., etc., and that's all that just came off the top of my head thinking about her new album, It's like she has this world-changing, life-improving agenda. And again, you can totally sing about whatever you want, and I won't judge you for it, but the fact that she goes the extra mile to use her music to make the world a better place, it just impresses me so much, Number 3, her spirituality. This one may be slightly more personal, but I too am a spirituality person, and I'm starting a spirituality side channel soon, don't worry, I'll announce when it's ready, blah blah. Enough of that, we're here to stand. And it's really nice to see another artist do this shit, She collects crystals, pays attention to astrology, has her spirit guides in her films, etc., etc. It's just really nice to look up and see a famous artist paying attention to the same things I am. A lot of people who practice witchcraft or anything similar to it, they stay in the proverbial broom closet because we live in a society that punishes people for going against Christianity. So, her openness really inspires me to be more open about it, and I admit, if she didn't do it, I probably would have never come out of the broom closet. P.S. I have an upcoming video planned for spiritual references in K-12 because I want everyone to see what I see, along with other K-12 videos, so basically subscribe because I'm going to make a lot of videos about K-12. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, number 4, her meticulous set staging and continuity. Maybe it's because I'm a novelist, but I see continuity as one of the most important things an artist can aim toward. For example, when in Tag she throws away the decorations for Pity Party, that's a nice little detail that shows that it's all connected, even to people who don't have a copy of Crybaby's story. Me, because I'm poor and I listen to it on YouTube. And that's not where she ended it. She was very cautious when it came to weaving a narrative, and it all paid off. Crybaby blends seamlessly into K-12 without a single plot hole. It's just beautiful. Number 5. Her use of metaphor is so intricate that it made me love metaphor, despite being autistic. I hated Carousel my first watch/listen because I didn't get that she was pairing visual and verbal metaphors together to deepen the metaphor. All I saw was redundancy, but now I love it because she paired visual and verbal metaphors together to deepen the metaphor instead of explaining it with visuals and therefore ruining it or cheapening it or something, see? She's so amazing, she transcends autism. She broke my developmental disorder. An entire autism symptom, just deleted. Can your fave do that? Not unless she's Melanie Martinez. Okay, but in all seriousness, the way she uses metaphor is very advanced, and it's since evolved to the point where I could just make a whole video just on the way Melanie uses metaphor. She is very, very good at it. Number 6. Her music videos are not like most acts. She directs and produces her own music videos, and it really pays off. Critical people have complained that she wears too many hats because she's a control freak, but we stans know better. She wears many hats because she has a specific vision in mind that she wants to express, and she does so very well. Sometimes having multiple people work on a project can actually muddy it and make less sense overall, and I praise Melanie for seeing her projects through to the end. It's a difficult task, but we stans really appreciate it. Number 7. She doesn't watch her content just because some younger fans are watching. One thing that always made me mad is when sometimes artists with a number of younger fans just stop talking about certain things like they're too stupid to understand the bigger message, or switch targets and try to appeal to the younger generation, as opposed to making art that drives them. But Melanie seems to realize that receptive people, if they don't get it immediately, will get it when they're older. She doesn't oversimplify or remove any of her messages just because younger fans might be listening, and focuses on the end result she wants, or maybe the emotions she wants to express. I'm not sure exactly what her work process is like, but anything is better than washing your content to achieve commercial success. YouTube. Number 8. She posted her full movie for her album K-12 on YouTube and made it free for everyone to see, with only one ad at the beginning, if I recall correctly, for weeks, so everyone could get a chance to see it, even if they couldn't buy the DVD or see the premiere. which I couldn't make it to the premiere, so very grateful. And then she made it free again for Christmas. Oh my god. I mean, I still hate Christmas, but thank you. Because I lost my copy. When will I find it? Okay, anyway, you can tell she cares about her work and her fan base, and that she really isn't in it for the money, she's in it for the art. And ironically, I think that's what got her success over so many other musicians who just do what they think will make them money. Because since her stuff is more genuine, it connects with you. You know what I mean? Number 9. Holy fuck, the fact she even made a movie. Did your fave make a movie? Because the only musicians I can think of who made a movie that comes to mind, let's see, there's Lana Del Rey's Tropico, and Emily Autumn would have totally done it for The Asylum if she had the budget. The Asylum would have made a great musical. And other than that, I think most artists just limit their concepts to individual videos, and I'm not saying they're lame for doing that, as that is what's typical and honestly a lot easier to budget and produce and a lot cheaper. It's just that Melanie has once again gone above and beyond. That's my point. Melanie has once again gone above and beyond by basically creating a movie that fits along with her album. She has made her album into a movie, a musical, or whatever. That is a lot of work. I can't even wrap my mind around how much work that must have been for her. That is a lot of different media that has to sync up. Choreography, cinematography, costuming, music, lyrics, etc., and ironing out all the kinks, and she managed to put all of that together into a movie for us, and then made it free. I mean, God, was it, like, absolutely perfect? No, but when one person is putting all that stuff together on their own, largely on their own, we're lucky it's even watchable, let alone as phenomenal as it was. K through 12 is sure to go down as a cult classic. I mean, that was a good movie. I watched it twice yesterday. Number 10, the amount of work she puts into each and every track. I'm not really a musician. I don't know music theory. I just got a ukulele for my birthday and it came in the mail sometime in October. No clue what I'm doing, so I'll just try to explain what my instinct is telling me here. She has not only those good bass sounds that draw people in, you know, the typical pop structure that people find so immediately addictive because of the beat and because of the familiarity, but it also has those more intricate little sounds that you don't necessarily notice on your first listen, but excuse me, that keep people coming back as they bond with the songs on her albums. And she doesn't just do it for one or two songs, she does it for every single song. Even Piggyback, which she released to SoundCloud, is what the kids these days call a bop. Why does keeping up with slang have to be so hard? Like, the way we talked back in the 90s was, like, so totally cool. Number 11. This one might seem kind of small to some of you, but I don't think of it as small. But anyway, K through 12 is just so effortlessly progressive. A lot of times people shove diversity into a setting in a way that feels fake, like they're just doing it so the SJWs don't slaughter them. But with Melanie's work, you can tell that diversity is there, partially because her work supports the downtrodden who are oppressed by today's society, and most importantly, you know, diversity is there because diversity is a part of life, and it makes her school feel so much more realistic than a lot of other... Everyone's stalking. Well, yeah, I was pretty much done anyway. I'll just steam over how noisy everyone's being and how much I hate noise. We all know that. No, I'll just drown them all out with Melanie Martinez. I'll just play it so loud. Alright. What do you know? I'm in a better mood at the end of recording a voiceover instead of a worse one. Oh my god, is this what it's like to talk about things that make us happy? I should do this more often. Talking over everyone who's being so loud. Okay. So anyway, please rate, subscribe, have a wonderful day. Stan Melanie, see ya.